asking agents to have 5 hours of talk time a day. Like that's what we're asking you. Body of work to get through that 80%. Like you don't know where that 80% gonna come from. Well, you don't know where that 20% gonna come from. You could get your first deal early in the morning. Your second deal may not come until later on in the day. Okay. You can get your first deal in the middle of the day, and then your second deal may come at the end of the day. And then what if, the calls that you really needed wasn't until the very last two calls of the day? That's happened to me a lot. Leads, and then all of a sudden, I take a call at 4 o'clock, boom. After about an hour, that end up being a sale. Then I take another call at about five something, and then that one end up being a sale. So you don't know where it's gonna come from. Have that body of work throughout that whole day, man, you're not doing yourself a service. You doing yourself a disservice. So a lot of these agents that be on pause for 2 hours during the day, like that's crazy to me. Those is a long time. You really need that much time to eat. But everybody else, like, how in the world are you logged into this dollar for 8 to 9 hours, but you only got 3 hours of talk time? 2 apps a day. 2 apps a day. You right there at 100 grand. If you look at our average annual premium, now I know some of them gonna be AIGs and stuff like that. But if you can average 2 apps a day, by the end of the year, you're gonna be at 100 grand. I can almost assure you. But then you're gonna have some good days where you might do three or four. I've had
Hmm.
some days where I put up a Jackson 5. It was a sale. And I was like, okay. And that's another thing too. Like, I used to have that mentality, like, first of all, I don't deserve to eat or go nowhere until I get my first sale. Until I get my first sale. But what ends up happening is when I do get my first sale, I'm like, okay, man, I hate to say this, but man, I popped my cherry. Now I need to get my second sale, so I might as well stay on the dollar. Just look, first call of the day was a sale. Then you might take a couple of calls, and then you might do another one, and then who knows, you might do another one, and then somewhere in there you might end up getting a double, a husband and wife. So it's gonna be days where you're gonna have good days, three, four, sometimes five applications. But if you can average at least two sales a day, you're gonna be good, man. If you can average two, you can get that three and four. That's gonna be easy pickings. But you gotta stay on that phone. Like, can't do it in 4 hours.